What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Nicole. So, her opiate fix finally updated us, you guys, and he went a whole day into his second day with no withdrawals from Kratom. So, that goes to show you that if you don't take it in excessive amounts and you don't abuse it, that it can successfully be used to help you get off of other opiates. And I think that's awesome because I was so afraid, you guys, to try it to get off Suboxone, and I still don't think I'm going to do it to get off Suboxone. I think I'm just going to taper because I know that I can do that with my doctor. But it's still good to know because I know a lot of people who, maybe they need extra help. And I've heard Kratom is such a helpful herb, so, and I've also heard that, if you take it in just low amounts, like 1 spoonful a day, that it can just improve your overall mood. So, it's not for me, like, I'm not going to do it, but I think that will help so many people who are doing it. So, we stuck by our friend, and we all, cheered him on, and was here for him, through that. And that's the thing, you guys, like, that's what we're all doing for each other, is supporting each other in our recovery. And I just think that it's such an awesome group we have here on YouTube. I'm so happy to be a part of this recovery community that we've started here on YouTube. And you guys mean so much to me. So congratulations, her opiate fix. You kicked ass and took names, and now we all know that as long as you don't abuse Kratom, that you can probably take it and not have the sicknesses. So, not have severe withdrawals, So, I wanted to talk to you guys about the story time videos and all that kind of stuff. So, tonight I'm going to upload a story time video. It might be a little later than 6 p.m. Let's say that I'll have it up by 8 o'clock tonight. Because it's Labor Day and we're going to go out to eat at Olive Garden with my mother-in-law here in about an hour. So I might not be back on time to upload at 6. And then I'm going to go to a meeting at the treatment center that I graduated from when I went to rehab 3 years ago. So I love going to meetings at the rehab, you guys, because it's so inspiring and it helps me to remember where I came from. It helps me to remember that, I could be back here in this seat in rehab in no time if I don't stay on track, if I don't stay doing the next right thing. You know what I mean? Just because I'm on a maintenance medication doesn't mean that the desire to use or the like little thinking doesn't come into me, because I don't have the desire to use anymore, but every now and then I'll have this like thought come into my mind that'll go, oh, Nicole, don't you think this is a good idea? And then I'll have to play that tape all the way through. I was talking on Facebook this morning about something called euphoric recall. Have you guys ever heard of that? I don't know if I've talked to you guys about it. Euphoric recall is something that your brain does. It's when we only remember the good times, or we only remember the pleasure we had when we were shooting heroin or shooting Roxy's or shooting meth or cocaine or whatever drug you were doing, snorting, smoking, whatever. Euphoric recall is when you recall that euphoria and that relief. And a lot of the times, if we're not staying diligent in our program and practicing, going to meetings, reaching out and asking for help, reading our big book, doing our meditations, if we become complacent in our program, then that euphoric recall will come more often. And that's why it's so important to remain diligent in your treatment and in your recovery. Like, this is going to be something that we're going to do for the rest of our lives. Recovery is a lifetime commitment. It might get easier to stay sober the longer we go, because we put more time in between the drugs and the alcohol. But the addiction is still there. And I've heard people say that your addiction is like a tiger or a lion that is out in the parking lot and you're inside and it's just waiting for you to come out. You know, the disease of addiction, we can put our disease into remission by practicing things for our recovery. But when we lapse in our minds and in our thinking and we stop practicing the things that help us stay sober, that's when you see people relapse. It's because we stopped doing something that we were doing to help ourselves stay sober. That's why I stress to you guys so much about making plans for your days and scheduling your days, because the more that you'll schedule your day and kind of like say, okay, this is what I got going for today, the more time you'll have filled, and you won't have idle time for your mind to just wander and for you to think, ooh, maybe I'll just do this. It's hella important, you guys. Ooh, my watch is dirty. To stay diligent in your recovery. Me and my husband are going to a meeting tonight because we started to get lax on our recovery, and we both were falling back into our old behaviors. And luckily we have each other and our sponsors to support us and say, hey, I think you're making a mistake there. I think you need to get back on track. You know, and I noticed that he hadn't gone to a meeting, and he noticed that I hadn't gone to a meeting, so we sat down and we talked about it, and we're going to go to a meeting tonight. I try to stay busy in recovery all the time, you guys. I try to make videos about treatment recovery. I try to talk to my sponsees, talk to you guys. I try to share the message of hope as much as I can, because as long as I'm speaking about recovery, that's what my mind's thinking about. It helps me so much because I spent so many years, like 12 years, in my active addiction. It's hard to change that behavior that you've practiced for 12 years. I've only got 3 years in recovery, you know. So I've got more time in my active addiction and more experience in my disease than I do in my recovery. So that's why I have to stay diligent. Anyway, I just wanted to fill you guys in on when the story time was going to be up tonight, and let you guys know that to go over to Her Opiate Fixes channel and see his update on his kratom withdrawal. And I hope you guys will be back here tonight for the story time. I'm going to upload it at about 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, so I'm excited, you guys. I feel like these story times are really taking off. I feel like you guys are loving it. I'm loving telling the stories. I'm loving remembering and going back to that time, because what it's doing for me is it's helping me to heal. It's helping me to process some of this stuff. I processed a lot of it with my sponsor during my 4th step, but there were some things that I kind of saved, and I need to get them out. So you guys are helping me so much, and I really appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe down below and hit the bell notification. And if you guys ever need me, please message me here or on Instagram or my email. I'll put my email and my Instagram and Facebook in the comments and in the description. All right, guys. See you tonight at 8 p.m. for story time. Peace.